Hello, hello, hello you guys. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make one of family favorites. I'm making meatballs for Meatball Subs. Now, when I make meatballs for Meatball Subs, I sort of make them like I would meatloaf a little bit. And one of the things I do is a half a cup of shredded pickles. Now, some people may go, ugh! Try it before you knock it. Then I do half a cup. This is all homemade breadcrumbs. And then, as my great-grandma used to say, minimalist spices are always the best. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of garlic. A good half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of pepper. Oh, I need to grab a measuring spoon. Hang on, guys. And then a half a tablespoon of your favorite salt. As you know, in my house, I prefer Applewood smoked sea salt. And then there's 2 pounds of hamburger in there. And then all I'm going to do is put this through my mixer and get it all mixed up good. And we'll be back to show you what we do next. There we go, guys, all mixed up. Now here's where you get dirty. Make sure you scrub and wash your hands all the way up to your elbows, because you never know what part of your arms may accidentally brush and touch. This is also another part of the reason I keep my nails excessively short. My grandmother worked as a nurse in a nursing home for 30 years and told me horror stories about dirty fingernails on both nurses and things that happen to nurses from dirty fingernails and patients from dirty fingernails. So I keep my nails excessively short, like right up to the edge of the nail beds. I cannot handle having anything under my fingernails ever since my grandma has told me horror stories. If you want, you can use gloves. I don't. I wash my hands with soap, and I use soap, and my brain is farting. Hand sanitizer all at the same time, and like I said, wash all the way up to your elbows. We call it a doctor scrub. Alright, so here we go. All I'm going to do, make meatballs and line the entire bottom. You can make small meatballs, you can make large meatballs. I'm making small meatballs because I'm making subs. Large meatballs are more for like spaghetti and meatballs or Swedish meatballs. But when you bite into a sub, you don't want to have giant meatballs. So I make tiny ones. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill all this up. Get all this 2.5 pounds of, so a little over 2, almost 2.5 pounds of hamburger into meatballs. And then I will bring you back for the next step. Alright, there we go, you guys. I got them all rolled up and layered together nice and neatly. You want to make sure that you do not do any stirring of this for at least the first 2 hours. I cook them on high for 3 to 4 hours until all of them are done. The first 2 hours, I just let them cook. I don't touch them, I don't stir them, I don't mix them, because otherwise you could cause them to break apart and fall apart. Before I start cooking them, I always add a 1/4 cup of water to help with a semi-steaming process, so that you don't get them sticking and burning to the edge of your crock pot. So I'm going to put these in the crock pot on high, and I'll bring you back at 2 hours and show you what we'll do next. Alright guys, it's been 2.5 hours, so I'm just going to take all. Now, if you want, you can just drain all that and not use it. But since I have Thrive Life, I like to use this. So I'm going to drain all the meatballs. You should drain all the meatballs anyways. You can dump all that. It's half water and part of the grease from the meatballs. Now some people would not want to use the grease, but we do. We like the flavor. So I'm going to get all the meatballs out of the way for a minute. Now remember, depending upon the fat to meat ratio in your hamburger will all depend upon how much your meatballs shrink. All right. Now I'm also going to turn around and use home canned stewed tomatoes. You can use store-bought stewed tomatoes, of course, but we're going to add the tomato powder first. Hang on, guys. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of the Thrive Life tomato, powdered tomatoes. You can already see how much it has thickened up just doing that. I'm going to add a third of a cup of the onions. You can use a whole fresh cut onion if you don't have Thrive Life. Then I'm going to add a quart of home canned stewed tomatoes. And there we go, a quart of the home canned stewed tomatoes. And now I'm going to heat it on the stove just for a couple of minutes to get it all incorporated together. Then I'm going to dump it back on top of my meatballs and cook it for another 45 minutes to an hour. Alright guys, I'll bring you back. Alright, there we have it, you guys. We have all the sauce and the homemade stewed tomatoes and the onions and all that cooked up together really well. Then we are just going to pour it on top of our meatballs for Meatball Subs. Stir it all up together really well. Then we're just going to cook it on high for about another half hour to 45 minutes until it's all incorporated and the meatballs have taken up some of the flavor of the marinara sauce and it's all ready to go. Now at this point, if you want, you can add garlic, pepper, or Italian seasoning, oregano, basil, anything you want to for flavor. I just add a little garlic and pepper. And then we just let it cook and it's ready to go on your subs or hamburger buns or even open face on top of bread if you want. Oh, this smells so good. So we're just gonna let it cook, and we'll come back when it's all done. And here we go, you guys. In our house, we just like meatball subs because we put all kinds of extras on them. Lettuce. Would you get me a spoon for the pickles? Cheese. Lettuce.
Here's the spoon.
Thank you.
Mommiesaurus.
Thank you, Dudetron. And then meatballs. Right up the center.
Ooh.
I know, don't they look good?
Yeah.
I know you can't wait, huh?
Hopefully I can get more subscribers.
Well, channels take their time to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then pickles.
Ooh! Yummy! What is Pantry Cat doing?
Smelling the food I have going on. And there we have it, you guys. Homemade meatball subs. Oh, these look so good. I can't wait to eat. I sure wish I had smell-o-vision. Come on, TV and electronic people, get on it! Invent smell-o-vision! There we have it, you guys. Homemade meatball subs. Oh yeah. Give it a try and see what you think.
I want to taste test it first.
We'll taste test it after we're done.
No, right now.
You want to taste test it now? Can you? They're hot. The meatballs are really hot.
That's
You'll burn
okay.
yourself. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Get in here.
It's good. It's good. Good.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, everyone, stay positive. Bye.
It's good.
Apparently, it's good. All right, guys. Bye.